Hello everyone, my name is Altesia, the anime gamer, and today I'm here to ask then answer a very simple question. What is the Pale Beyond? The Pale Beyond is a resource management, choose your adventure game done in the style of a visual novel. It is developed by Belula Studios and is published by Fellow Traveler. It's available on Steam at around 29.50 AUD or 1970 USD at the time of this recording. And what's going to be happening is I'm going to be giving my first impressions of the game itself. Now, generally the way this goes is that I play the first 2 hours of a game and then I give you my first impressions. What you're seeing now is the prologue, which can be completed in about the first 2 hours, within about 2 hours. So that's what you're seeing right here. So, first off the bat, the game starts off in the sort of same vein, with a sort of giving off the same feeling as the Oberdin, in that it is very much almost a mystery. Here you are meeting with a senior old man captain who is about to tell you, who's basically here to interview you for a job that will determine the course of your life. The way that the dialogue is presented is, as I said before, kind of like in the style of a visual novel, but not in the sense that you have to read a wall of text or that you pretty much have to put a lot of effort into taking it in. And what I mean by that is that instead of just presenting you with character sprites and changing their expressions here and there, instead it seems like what's happened is, at least for each dialogue scene, the developers have taken into consideration of just bringing you into the world and immersing you in what's happening here, in that there's ambiance, there's no silence, there isn't just music, there's things going around. You're in a city, there's stuff going in the background, there are small little dust particle effects to accentuate that you are inside an office in what I assume to be either the morning or mid-afternoon. There are, of course, multiple dialogue choices, all of which will affect maybe not the outcome of the game itself, but will definitely present you with well, they'll definitely influence the characters' dialogue and how they interact with you, or rather give you an impression of what's going on in there, what their motivation is. Given that this is developed by Belula Studios, the actual YouTuber themselves, whom I have watched a few of their videos, if you've watched their channel, then you can immediately tell that that this sort of has the distinct narrative storytelling style, in that it is not contemplative, but very well, I wouldn't say macabre, but almost meticulous in how each line is delivered and the impression that they want to give off in terms of the story in relation to the setting. And the setting itself, seeing as this is, spoilers, a ship management game, is a little bit reminiscent of well, the Oberdin. You know, it's set in a setting that is similar to sort of in an 1800s like setting, in a almost at the edge of the age of exploration, where things, well, the hope of exploration is gone, and instead here it's more of a gritty detective-like story where you need to solve a mystery, but at the same time, as we'll see here, is about dealing with choices and consequences that come with resource management, which we are going to get to very soon. The Pale Beyond is an interesting game. It is, I think it qualifies to be a visual novel. That's the impression that I'm getting, because everything seems to be centered around the narrative, around the story aspect of the game, instead of focusing on the management mechanics. There are management mechanics. You do have to assign crew to certain posts. You will be faced with choices that will affect their safety, and depending on who you're assigned to whatever post also determines what resources are spent. And it seems like the impression that I'm getting is you are going to be given choices in determining how those resources are distributed. The Pale Beyond is definitely a game that is more like a captain simulator, in that instead of being some sort of general manager assigning stockpiles of a ship, the simulation aspect of this game appears to be more around the decision-making process, which again ties closely to the narrative. So it's almost Star Trek-y in that sense of how things are played out, and so in terms of the vibe that's being given off here. Well, maybe not Star Trek-y, but you're a captain on the voyage of the damned. That's the impression that I'm getting here. And your choice will determine what kind of outcome everyone is getting, and it may not necessarily be a good one. Survival here is definitely more about how it impacts the characters and less about what you need to, and less about managing the resources that you have at hand in order to survive. It is very much centered on the point of view of being a captain. And the burden that is involved with being in command. This game is, or this visual novel, is fun. It is fun because it draws you in to the story itself. It's fun because it very much tells you that this is your role. Don't fuck it up. Or if you're gonna fuck it up, well, you better be prepared to deal with the consequences. It's very immersive. In terms of what's negative about this game, there's very little I can say about it. I mean, look at this. There's like a smokestack with smoke billowing out and a flag in the wind. Everything is still, but it gives a sort of storybook feeling to it again. And it's just, it's nice. It's not perfect, but it's like a biscuit. It's like a buttery biscuit that you eat with a cup of coffee or tea. You don't need to dunk the biscuit. It crumbles. It crumbles in your mouth, and it has just the right texture in terms of narrative gameplay, which you can tell this game is centered around. Again, I've said narrative gameplay 100 times already. This game is fun. It is a fun game. Is it worth the price? Given how much attention to detail there is to it, how much small, meticulous, almost, I would say, tweezer-like precision I would say that it's worth the price. If you're paying $20 in the US, it's definitely worth the price. For a $20 game, sounds pretty good to me. For a $30 game, it fits the price. It is satisfying. I think this is a game I would play between AAA releases. I think this is a game that I would play if I got some sort of depression from finishing a good AAA game and just moving on to something else. Not in that it's a rebound, but it's a satisfying game to play between seasons. It's just that good. It's not a comfy game. It's an armchair game. It's a game that you would play with a blanket, because you're going to need that blanket, because everybody's probably going to die horribly. But you'll have fun in your safe little home by the camp, by your fireplace. In that it adds that sense of satisfaction that, well, it sucks that everyone's dying, but hey, I'm glad I'm here with a roof over my head. So yeah, so The Pale Beyond is a good game. It is a fun game. Is it a good game done by a YouTuber? I don't care. I don't give a fuck. It's just a fun game, and yeah, I might even stream this game just to see what happens. I don't know, but it's a fun game, and I do enjoy it. So yeah, so all in all, The Pale Beyond is fun. It is worth the price. This is a game that you should play if you can't decide what to play. If you like this video, please press the like button. If you dislike this video, please bless me with the dislike button. Yes, bless me with the like button. Oh dear viewer. And and if you have something to say, please say so in the comments below. My name is Altesia, the anime gamer. I am Comtesse Altesia de la Mancha, and I will see you again next time. Bye!